Ois Beis. V'hinei hamshochas hashefa min hamazolis darich ampin lechochmo bina. How does the hamshocha, the flow, extend? Hamshochas hashefa from the mazolis of Arechampin, the ear of Arechampin, the sides, come down lechochmo bina, to chochmo bina. You need isaruso dilatato hu al yidei ha'alo asman mehaberurin dibiya. That comes through bringing up man, the mayim nukvim, from the birurim that is done in Bri Yitzira Asiya. Shal yidei isaruso dilatato me'oirer isaruso dilaelo. Through the arousal of below, through the yid's arousal, through his avodah, through his birurim, you arouse, you wake up, and you bring down the sarusa de leila, the arousal of above. Hamshochas mayim dechurim mamazal hashmini. That's bringing down the mayim dechurim, the milmayla lamad, the sarusa de leila, from the seventh mazel, which is Noitzer Chesed. And you go through Keil Erech HaPayim, Rav Chesed. So Noitzer Chesed, that's the eighth mazel, which is Mashpia into Chochmah. Zeu Inyan Sha'emrim Hamalochim v'Yisrael Kodesh. And this is the idea that both the angels and the Yidden say Kodesh. Lahalois man, that is to bring up the mayim nukvim, the saruso deletato, in order to bring down the mad. So the mad, that's the hamshocha from Arechampin, the mayim dechurim. But how are you mamshich through the man, the mayim nukvim, the birurim that the yid does? That's how you mamshich the mad through the sarusa de latati sarusa de leila. V'hinei derech moshul shemevi min chalifnei hamelech. By way of example, when you bring a gift before the king, the main thing is you want to bring something new. What is a meaningful gift is when it's something, there's a novelty there. If you bring a bird that speaks, that way you can draw and you will arouse the heart of kings that we cannot investigate their heart. How do you get to turn their hearts? That he should turn to the request of the ordinary is by bringing him something extraordinary, by bringing him a tzipur hamdaberes. That's how you are going to impact that he should fulfill what you want. When a yid is mevarer, he switches around the yesh and brings it up to Hashem, elevation through the birur. That's like the novelty. That's like the tzipur hamedaberes. V'zeu inyan halo asman mibirurei rapach liyesh bit layesh. And this is the idea of bringing up the mayim nukvim, the feminine water, sarusa deletato, from the birurim of rapach liyesh bit layesh, to be the bit layesh. V'lochein And that's why Iker Halo Asman, the main Halo Asman, Tolui Bisaruso Deletato de Neshamas Yisrael Hamaluboshim Beguf. Mainly it hinges on the Saruso Deletato of the Neshamas Yisrael, of the Jewish soul which had rest in the Guf. So although we say both the Malachim and the Yidden say Kodesh, but mainly, if you want the idea of a Chiddush, like the Tzipor HaMedaberes, mainly that comes from the Neshamas Yisrael. And this is what it says in the Zohar in Bolok on Daf Kuf Tzadik Omed Beis. Kivon the Osi Yisrael Chulu, once the Yidden come, and the Yidden say Kodesh, not li asiyo mimalachi hashodesh chulu. So then they take away that doing from the angels that serve, which means the angels that serve also say Kodesh, but when the Yid says Kodesh, they take that doing malach hashodesh. Ki'im heyois b'malachim shayir gam kein bitul hayesh. For all those that also by angels applies this concept of being bittul yesh, there's also a chiddush over there. Share malach yesh lo gam kein guf, because a malach, an angel, also has a body. And that's why also by them, by the malachim, it says, Oy say devore. They do his words, but we're teaching it Oy say loshen tikun. They fix. So there is also a fixing that takes place by the malachim. Hainu al yidei bitl hayesh ba'amrei kodesh ubaruch. That is through the subjugation of the yesh when he says kodesh ubaruch. So while there is also that level of bittul, that level is sarusa deletato that comes from a malach, achlefi shaguf shalahem ruchani, but since their body is a spiritual, v'gam, and the top of that is like Moshe Rabbeinu on the mountain when they wanted the Torah, he answered them. He says, "Klum yetzer hara yesh b'nechem." Do you then have a Yetzer Hara? So therefore, their bittul hayesh is not so strong because to begin with, their body is spiritual. There's no Yetzer Hara there. There's lochein bittul hayesh shel ha'adam lemato. So that's why the bittul hayesh of the person below sha'aguf ha'nefesh ha'bahamis mastirim, which the body and the animal soul block, that draws down a greater light. This is why the Zohar says the natli asiya minayu, that they, the Yidden, take the asiya away from the malachim. What does it mean to take away from malachim? Vein hakavon no sheinam klal b'bchinas asiya v'tikun doisei dvorei. We're not. The intention is here not to say that they are not totally included in the doing and the correction of Yisrael. Because also now they say Kodesh Baruch, which means they're always correcting. Otherwise, they would not say Kodesh Baruch. Ella, the idea is Shehasiya, V'hamshocha shel Hamalochim, the doing and what's extended through the malachim is negated. It's subjugated if you measure it next to relative to the doing and what is being nimshach, what is being drawn down of the yid. Okemoi, this would be bitl v'hiskalulus hadibru b'machshava, as the subjugation and inclusion of speech in thought, which is on a much higher level. or the midas into the intellect. That means that they are subjugated just like one candle relative to a big flame. And therefore, in the presence of the Yidden, when the Yidden's accomplishment of Asiya V'Tikun is so much greater that, as the Zohar says, they're not considered really doing so much. The Yidden take away that Asiya of the Malachim, it's bottle L'Gabedim. L'chein ein ha-Malachim emrim kodesh ad she'Yisrael emrim. And that's why the angels, they don't say Kodesh until the Yidden say. So while they wait for the Yidden, but still they're going to say it because there is a bittul there too. They also say Kodesh. Because this is their service. Hine, how is this elevation of the Mayim Nukvim, the Sarusa de Latata, through the Jewish who al Yidei is Kafia vis Habcha Mechashoicha Lenahoira Umeriru Lemisko, by subduing and turning around darkness to light and bitter to sweet. And that is done b'shviras taivas haguf b'mitzvahs ma'asis, by breaking the desires of the body and doing the practical mitzvahs, the mitzvahs of ma'asis. Shnecha, after the posik that we're talking about, Shnecha ka'eder harachlim, ka'eder harchalim. The posik follows with the next pasuk, Kipelach harimen chulu, like the pomegranate, and the Chazal say that Yisrael meleim kirimach, that the Yidden are filled with mitzvahs like a pomegranate. It's how much mitzvahs. That means that the Yidden have all these mitzvahs, because these are the mitzvahs that bring about the halo asman through forcing and pushing yourself. And actually, the Alter Rebbe explains now that you see that even when you start raising a child, you start by iskafia and ishapcha. As soon as the baby is born, he fulfills the first mitzvah, that he is circumcised on the 8th day. And you drip from him the blood of the covenant of the circumcision of the milah. That is a discomfort for the body to subdue the body. Basically, you start off by subduing the body to the will of Hashem. And later on, when he gets a little bit older, he goes to the school, goes to the house in which they teach Sefer and you teach the child Torah, and you educate him to mitzvahs. What happens if he doesn't want to learn? Then you beat him with a strap, as written in Lo Talmud Torah. So it turns out, From all this, you turn from darkness to light. And to subdue the sitra achra. Likewise is by all the mitzvahs who siguf leguf, that is considered to be a discomfort for the body, lachnia hayetzer hara, to subdue the evil inclination, bal korcho, and to force him against his will, to fulfill the positive mitzvahs and the prohibitions, midrabanon, and also the mitzvahs that are from the rabbanon, and further, and to sanctify himself in what is permissible, so even in things that are permissible, to sanctify himself. Through all this, you sort out the berurim of Biyah. V'nase mehem haloas man lemailo, and from that becomes bringing up the mayim nukva above, lahamshich al yidei mad, to bring down through this the mayim dechurim mebchinas mazolas darech ampin, from the level of darech ampin. So you have this pushing of yourself. This is kafia, that you force yourself to do mitzvahs, and all the mitzvahs, I say the rabbanon, even kashatzmei b'mutaloi. That's the way you sort out, and that's the halos man, and that's the way you bring down the hamshocha from arich ampin, and that's in the pasuk kepelach harimoin, which means that's the next pasuk, that's the way all the mitzvahs that we do, and it starts from a very young age. In a kolzo b'chinas v'aloas madregas, this is all b'chinas u'madregas halos mashu b'chinas chitzonius. It's also in a level of externality. External halaw, dahainu memaisa mitzvahs v'kiyumam b'poil mamish, that is from the act of mitzvahs and fulfilling them in actuality, and the siguf haguf achnos ha'yetzer hara, and the discomfort of the body and subduing the yetzer hara b'maisa, in action. This is the external, the mitzvahs, doing them, forcing yourself, discomforting your body, subduing the yetzer hara. And as we said before, even by a little child, a baby, it applies this level. This is the level of Mila. That's the first level. But there is a second level. That's a halos mam in an inner way. And that is to become excited and fired up with a sparkling fire of love to Hashem. And same thing is with the fear and the dread of Hashem, love and fear. That is elevating the mayim nukvim, the sarusa l'latat in apnimis. And in a similar way of this pnimis dikir halah is the elevation of the mayim nukvim of the malachim that say kodesh. Sheboyarim ba'ava v'shal eves azo uklois nafshom elov yizbarech. They are burning with love, with a powerful flame, and their soul expires to Hashem. That's the inner level of Sarusa Delitato Halo Asma. So he says in the parentheses, V'zehu ha'hefresh vein Halo Asman shal yidei atfila lahalo Asman shal yidei mitzvahs. This is the difference between the Halo Asman, that is through davening, and the Aloas Man that comes through mitzvahs. Sheshneim heim bechinas Aloas Man mibirurim. They're both from the birurim. It's a difference whether it's the pnimius or the chitzonius. Mitzvahs are the chitzonius, the davening is the pnimius. K'meshakosu beit Kriyat Chaim Shar Ale Perik Ale v'zelashone. In the Chaim it says as follows: V'hine I efsher sheyizbareru hanetzutzim me'aleihem. These sparks that have fallen down from the netzoitzes, they cannot be sorted out on their own. Im loy al yidei mi sheyivareru oisam. If it's not somebody there to sort them out. V'hu ki al yidei hatfilos v'hamitzvos kulam shel bnei odom hatachtonim. And that is through the davening and all the mitzvahs of the people below. That's the way it is in this batter. So he says, aside the tefillah, aside the mitzvahs, the prayer and the mitzvahs, that is nasa birazachulu ad kan l'shem. That's the language. So he says they both be tefillah ikra los man the pnimis. The tefillah, that's the halos mayim nukvim of the inner. Shu kiyum mitzvahs v'hahafto. That's the fulfillment of the mitzvah v'hahafto. V'hayira v'habitl. And the fear and the subjugation. That's the pnimis. V'lochein nikra avodah shebelev. And that's why we call this service of the heart. Limser nafshe uritzoyne elov yisbarech, to devote, to give his soul and his wishes to Hashem. So that's the pnimis. The mitzvahs, that's the elevation of the mayim nukvim in the externality. Over there it says in the Chaim, it says, oh, if it's maisa, it's an external. But it is dibru tefillah, it's pnimis ad kan l'shayne. And this is the two madreges of pnimis and chitzonis. Be'emes yesh maile b'halos man de chitzonis ma she'eina nimtze b'halos man de pnimis. There is an advantage that we find in the elevation of the external mayim nukvim haloah. And there is an advantage in bringing up the Alos Man de Pnimis, which does not exist in Alos Man de Chitzonis. Basically, meaning each one has an advantage over the other one. So, what's the advantage of the Alos Man of the external, which is the Maisa, forcing yourself? That way, the mayim dechudim, the masculine water, the hamshocha, sharusa de leila, comes from a higher place. That comes from the level of makifim. The fi shabchinas hachitzoynius shorshe mebchinas hamakifim, because the external, the level of externality comes from makifim. So that means the hainu shemamshichim shefa mayim dechurim. They draw the flow of the mayim dechurim min hamazol is the arich, from the mazal of arich sheheim bechinas makifim, which are makifim. Ba'im Pris Chaim Shab Yud Beis Perikei. Mashen kein halos man de pnimis, as opposed to when you're elevating the mayim nukvim of the inner, mamshich mad mibchinas pnimi. You don't reach into the makifim. You only go through the pnimi. Shehu lemato b'madrega mibchinas hamakifim. which is a lower madrega than the makifim. So basically, the maila of asiya is that you reach higher. You reach into a higher level. What's the advantage of that's found in bringing man the pnimis? Hainu shamayim dechurim nimshach b'bchinas pnimis. That when it's nimshach, it comes down into an inner. It doesn't remain in a way of makif. V'al yidei zeh mislabish b'toich hakli mam b'toich hakli mamesh u'mizgala b'bchinas gilui. That way it dresses up in the keli and it's revealed. It's at a pnimis dikoy. So it's not a lower level. It's a level of pnimis. It's not into makif, but it comes down in a pnimis. Mashenki balos madichitzoni is as opposed to when you're bringing up the ma'im of the external. Shaf al pi she'amad nimshach b'mokim gavoy yoser mibchinas makifim. So though it comes from a higher place, from the level of makifim, ach eine misgale b'bchinas gilui ba'kli. However, it does not reveal itself openly in the kli. Rag b'bchinas makif, only in a surrounding way. Shehu k'meishe kosuv katzino rotzein ta'atreno. You will adorn him. You will crown him like an umbrella. Will be rotzin tatre. I mean, he'll get it in a way of a makif. Katzina zu shemegin ala odom, like this umbrella that protects the person. Kacha rotzin elyon hanimshach aydei matzah mitzvahs tatrenu la odom b'bchinas makif. Likewise, this supreme will, the will supreme that comes through the Maisa mitzvahs, that will surround the person, that will be ma'ater, the person, the b'chinas er makif, but not pnimius. And that's why that's a level which the man, the pnimius is higher. Machsi you, Hashem, are my shelter, protects him, that surrounds him. Machsi, Elyon Samtu Menecha, you make the supreme your dwelling. Ubiyur Hadova. So to explain this, Hine Halos Man B'Pnimis Shu B'Tfilo, the elevation of the Ma'im Nukim Pnim, which is in davening, Masha Ha'odom Ha'oirer Ava V'Yira B'Nafshei. The fact that a person arouses the love and the fear in his soul. And through this you bring about an arousal of above. From the level of Ava and Yira of above, the supreme Ava and Yira. Nebchinas Atzilus, from the level of Atzilus, Lizgalis Benafshe, that should be revealed in his soul. You're waking up to get the Ava V'Yira, the supreme Ava V'Yira in Atzilus, that you should feel it be revealed in your soul. Shetipel Olov Milmaila Pachad Hashem V'Ava Rabba. So on the person that shall fall upon him a fear of Hashem, a dread of Hashem, and a tremendous love, that great love. As it's written in the Tikkun Chatzos. Nimtza. So it turns out, Zeh hamayim dechurim izgale benafshei b'bchinas gilu mamish. This mayim dechurim, this hamshocha is revealed in his soul in a open, revealed way, because he actually experiences a level of Ava V'Yira in that through his Ava V'Yira, through his Mayim Nukvim, he gets the Mayim Dechurim that Ava V'Yira. Mashe Enkein Hamshocha Sa'oir Shal Yidei Maisa Mitzvahs, Maisa Mitzvah, as opposed to the drawing down of the light which comes through the act of mitzvah. Eine meir rak b'chinas makif ala nefesh, v'loi b'chinas pnimis mamash. That does not shine only in a way that surrounds the soul, doesn't come to the inside. So that's one explanation. And we can further say, like it says in the end of Igeres Kodesh, Avol hatfilo hi amshochas oirein sov baruch hu libyachulu l'shanes hanivroim mikmois sheheim sheyisrape hachel achoyle v'yored hageshem mishamayim la'oretz. Basically, that when you daven, you bring down the Eid and Sof into Biyah to actually impact the change. Things should change on the ground the way they are. So you have the Choyle to be healed. The rain should come down from the heavens to the ground. The Yelido, the Yatzmicha, it should give birth and sprout forth, grow everything. Masha Enke b'Torah mitzvahs, as opposed to Torah mitzvahs, there is no change. The parchment of the tefillin remains the same. So behine Torah mitzvahs hem gamken pnimis v'chitzonius. That's also the idea of pnimis and chitzonius. So basically, just like we have tefillah and mitzvahs, we also have Torah mitzvahs. That mitzvahs is considered to be the chitzonius, and the Torah is considered to be the pnimius. So that's in a similar way. As kol hadvorim, ubebiur al posik ele masa.